Occurred, the 15th of September 2018, 22 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, South Bend, Indiana, USA. Shape, other duration, 3 to 4 minutes. Know of observers. 4 separate bright red lights moving across the south of South Bend. My brother and I were in the driveway when I noticed at first what I thought to be a flare. As I viewed the object, I noticed it was moving to the west. The object suddenly faded to almost a pinpoint and became white in color. After a few seconds it just vanished. That's when I noticed a second object on the same flight path come into view over the trees. Was the same red color and very bright. It did the exact same. Faded to a white pinpoint, then vanished. Same pattern occurred 2 more times.
Occurred, the 10th of May 2018, 7 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, South Bend, Indiana, USA. Shape, cigar duration, 40 seconds long. Cigar-shaped UFO near crescent moon. While observing the crescent moon just before sunrise under a clear blue sky on May 10, 2018, I spied a long white cigar-shaped object moving across the sky. It was just below the moon and moving fairly fast. At first glance I thought it was a jet leaving a contrail. I then thought that if it was indeed a jet, it appeared very high up. I then noticed that the shape of the object was not changing. When the object was directly below the moon, it blinked out of view and immediately reappeared. The object moved along for a few more seconds before vanishing again and did not seem to reappear.
Occurred, the 6th of May 2018, 23 hours 51 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, South Bend, Indiana, USA. Shape, light duration, several minutes. Know of observers. 1 witness reported a light zigzagging and maneuvering at incredible speed. Witness noticed an object with blinking lights moving at an incredibly high rate of speed and zigzagging through the sky. It would stop abruptly and then accelerate, covering large distances. It also went straight up. Video taken, observer was standing in his driveway facing west when he first saw it. When he last saw it, it was in the eastern sky. It basically traveled the north in an arc around his position. He first noticed the object due to the pulsating lights and the erratic movements. It was also traveling incredibly fast. Witness is confident that it was not an airplane or helicopter or blimp or any other flying object that he had ever seen. It was reportedly very high in the sky, appearing to be at an altitude of an airplane. He lost sight of the object after it traveled to the eastern sky beyond his line of sight. Occurred, the 29th of June 1999, 22 hours 15 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, New Carlisle, Indiana, USA. Shape, unknown duration, 50 minutes. Know of observers. 3 characteristics. Lights on object, changed color, aircraft nearby. At first I thought the object was a finish to some fireworks. Lights though continued to flash in same spot. After about 35 to 40 minutes, lights moved toward west and disappeared. Last night, June 29, 1999, I was returning home with my daughter to our house in New Carlisle, Indiana. After turning onto our street, I saw what looked to be the finish of a white-colored fireworks in the northwestern part of the sky. However, the lights, and there first appeared to be 2 or 3, did not move from that location for quite some time. These lights flashed in a vertical fashion, much like the lights on an airplane. After pulling into our driveway, my daughter and I watched those lights for several minutes. As we watched them, there appeared to be another light of a green color which appeared to the left of the flashing set of lights. This green light, which did not flash or pulsate, shone for maybe 10 to 15 seconds, then seemed to disappear. My wife came outside and she saw the flashing lights as well and maybe thought it was a cell telephone tower, since these lights were not moving and they seemed to be at the same height in the sky. Just after both my daughter and wife went into the house, I noticed a red light which appeared on the right side of the flashing lights. As with the green light, it lasted but a few seconds before fading off. After about 20 minutes or so, the lights, which had been stationary, appeared to very slowly move toward the west. In the last 5 minutes or so, the lights seemed to pick up speed and very soon had disappeared in almost a straight line westward. The entire sighting lasted about 50 minutes or so. It was difficult to determine a shape. However, like I stated earlier, the white flashing lights were vertical and just on occasion would either the red or green light to the side show. Twice to my recollection, the red and green light appeared at the same time and then faded. There were at least 2 planes in the sky that night, one directly over our house and another moving from west to east at what looked to be a lower point in the sky. All the while I watched the lights, there also did not appear to be any sound, but maybe its distance away could account for that.
Occurred, the 10th of January 2001, 6 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, New Carlisle, Indiana, USA. Shape, light duration, 10 minutes. No of observers. 1 characteristics, lights on object. I saw 2 stationary lights hovering over an open field early in the morning sky. I was driving to school one morning through rolling prairies along Highway 2 East en route to South Bend. I noticed off to the left some lights in the sky. They appeared to be stationary over open field. I kept my eyes focused on the 2 lights until I had passed. The lights were side by side. They were easy to see since the sky was dark at such an early hour. They were so distinct. They just sat there. The lights were facing west and I was heading east. I saw this twice. I would say a week later, possibly later. The exact same thing. 2 stationary lights. I had never been so awed. There were no flashing lights, no random moving tents. They looked like a set of headlights in the sky. I have never seen anything like that.
Occurred, the 22nd of August 1998, 8 hours 50 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Osceola, in, USA. Shape, light duration, 5 minutes plus. No of observers. 6 characteristics, aura or haze around object, aircraft nearby. 5 bright orange lights in a line going up the western horizon, slowly moving up the sky, quite spaced apart. 2 of them seemed to have exploded at one point and shower of bright white sparks were seen. Other lights moved back and forth while moving up and then slowly faded out. I was heading northbound in my car when I looked to the west to see 5 bright orange lights in a line up the sky. They were about the size of a $half at an arm's length. Intensity was a little more than a street light. I was heading to my girlfriend's house and I had to turn eastbound. So I repeatedly stuck my head out my window to look back at the lights, which appeared to slowly be moving up the sky. After doing this for about 5 minutes, I looked back again and the lights were gone. I arrived at my girlfriend's house to find her with her neighbors on the back porch who had been watching the same thing. They claimed that the lights were swaying as they moved up the sky and 2 of them looked like they exploded and there were bright white sparks when this happened. The rest of the lights then slowly faded out. There were 6 witnesses in all, me, my girlfriend, her sister, and 3 neighbors. There did also seem to be a large number of aircraft in the sky that night and I couldn't tell, but some of them may have been heading towards the lights.
Occurred, the 4th of February 2022, hours 40 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Osceola, in, USA. Shape, other duration, 1 second. No of observers. 1 A large shaft of blue light that appeared more or less perpendicular to the horizon. I was driving due east on US 33 when I saw up in the sky in front of me what looked like a flash. Almost immediately after that I witnessed the appearance of a massive column of blue light. It resembled a searchlight, only much larger. It extended from the ground to past the top of the windshield. It seemed to be canted slightly counterclockwise from perpendicular and appeared to be coming toward my position somewhat. My approximate position was 10 miles east of South Bend and 4 miles south of Interstate 80/90. Weather condition was approximately 30 degf with slight overcast. I heard no noise, as if this might be a freak lightning phenomenon. It really made the hairs stand up. Yikes!
Occurred, the 4th of July 2014, 22 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Osceola, IN, USA. Shape, light duration, 65 minutes. No of observers. 1 characteristics, lights on object, aura or haze around object. Orange lighted objects flying in the sky. I was outside watching fireworks when I noticed 2 small orange objects floating in the sky. They were like the report in Goshen Inn. These objects were quiet and small looking from where I was.
Occurred, the 19th of September 2021, 6 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds. Local location, Osceola, in, USA. Shape, disk duration, 1 hour. No of observers. 2 characteristics, lights on object, aura or haze around object. emitted beams, strange round object with lights. I do not know if it was a satellite or what it was. I took several videos and stills from the video. Looked like a bright twinkling star. It is round with big white lights all around. Way up with the stars. You can see heat coming off it in the stills. I have seen it 3 times now. Just thinking it's a satellite, but never have seen anything like this. Thank you.